what's the sales pitch for SQL Server editions other than Dev Standard or Enterprise? I thought the others were just toys, but they're signed up for your constant care. So there was another edition called BI. I don't even think they still sell Business Intelligence Edition. That was just really to have a small server that served as a data warehouse, but it's kind of dead and gone now. But the two ones, and people still have it. It's still out there in Constant Care's metrics. But the two that are still pushed is Express Edition, and I believe Web Edition is still available to software as a service companies. The sales pitches for each of those, Express Edition is free. It's really useful for people who do embedded applications. I'll give you an example. So I was working for a liquor sales company, true story. Working for, before I started consulting, I was a database administrator for a wine and spirits company, and we had like 7,000 salespeople, and those salespeople all had laptops. Every day when they went out to go to different restaurants and bars to do sales, they had their laptop and they would have last night's inventory on it and all our products and all our pricing and stuff like that. They would, while they were disconnected out at these restaurants and bars that could have crappy internet connections, they would sell products. They'd be entering in orders into our application. It would all go onto a local SQL Express edition. Chandler Gray, thanks. Welcome in the subscriptions. Woohoo! And they would do all this work locally. Then at the end of the day, they would sync their sink into the sea. They would sync their data with our central server, and we didn't use SQL Server's replication. We rolled our own to make it a little bit more reliable. I say we. I had nothing to do with the coding. The company did all of that work. The developers were very smart. It was really impressive stuff. So that let us have basically 7,000 instances of SQL Server without paying for it because it was Express Edition. It was tiny. The salespeople only got their own products and their own orders and their own customers on their local database, so it could keep it nice and tiny. Very cost effective because then our developers who just use the Microsoft stack, Visual Studio, tools that they were used to, could use the same tooling for the laptop databases that they used for the server databases. If you wonder whether or not it's painful to manage 7,000 laptops running SQL Server, I can assure you that it is. I can assure you that it is. They traded off they traded easier development complexity in exchange for higher systems administration complexity. So like we had a dedicated help desk team who would help us, salespeople, figure out how to resync their databases whenever things went wrong and do things like patching, stuff like that. SQL Dev DBA says, and this was way before DBA tools, so I can't imagine. Yeah, it was way before PowerShell. That was tough stuff. And I didn't do any of that work either. Thankfully, that